ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ। गणानां त्वा गणपतिगं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमम् ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणस्पत आनः शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम् महागणपतये नमः। प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामवित्र्यवतु वाग्देव्यै नमः। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ। स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः। Offering my Sastanga Pranam at the lotus feet of Lord Ganesha, Sri Ramakrishna, Mother Sharda Devi and Swami Vivekananda, I offer my heartfelt namaskars to all of you. As I was chanting one of the Veda mantras from the Ganesha Sukta, there it is described about Ganesha. Gananantva Ganapatim Havamahi. I do the sacrifice or the havan to Lord Ganesha. Who is he? Kavinginam. Many of us in South Africa have the name Kavish, Kavi or something like that. We think Kavi means pot. In reality, in Sanskrit, one of the meaning is pot, but the important meaning of Kavi or Kavish, Kavi is a realized soul, man of wisdom who has realized God. So, Kavi means a man or a woman who has realized God, man of wisdom, that is the meaning. So here Kaving Kavinam is the supreme amongst the realized souls. That is the meaning, Kaving Kavinam. Then Jeshtarajam Brahmanam. Jeshta means elder. Raja means king. Brahmanam means knower of Brahman. So Brahmagnana. You know, in realization of God too, there is difference. All people don't have the same realization. You can see in the direct disciples of Swami Vivekananda had the topmost knowledge who could understand Sri Ramakrishna properly. Not everybody could understand Ramakrishna in the same way. Only the true understanding of Ramakrishna was with Sharda Devi and Vivekananda. That's why in our order we are told to understand Ramakrishna through Vivekananda. So here Ganesha, amongst the men of realization or Brahmagnanis, he is called Jeshta Raja. Jeshta means elderly, Raja means king, Brahmanam of the realized souls, Kaving Kavinam. So I had described on Saturday why Ganesha is also called Vinayaka. Vinayaka. Vishesha Rupena Nayakaha. Vishesha Rupena, very special way. Nayaka means the leader. So is the leader amongst the realized souls. That's why Ganapati. Gana means group. Pati means Lord again. Gana Isha, Ganesha. Gana means group. Isha means again Lord. So all this name indicates is the topmost amongst the realized soul. So that is the meaning of the name. I had explained in detail on the Saturday lecture about Ganesha's aspect of Vinayaka. I will not go into that. We will take up some different aspect now. One person, in India, after Ganesha Puja, they make Ganesha with clay, they worship it, and after the worship, maybe even days, the first day or the third day or the fifth day or the 21st day, so like that, they will do the immersion. They will keep Ganesha and worship, there will be music, dancing, and all the other things. So during the time of immersion, they take him in a procession, and then they will immerse in sea water or the lake or the pond or the river, and there will be a lot of merrymaking, drum beating and dancing and the other things. So once a devotee of Ganesha, somehow he fell into the water, was about to be drowned. So while he was drowning, he shouted and he called Lord Ganesha for help, and Ganesha came. Instead of protecting him, lifting him up, he started dancing on the bank of the lake where he was drowning. And after some dancing, while he was about to drown, last second he went nip of the time and he lifted him up. And after that, the devotee asked him, "Oh Lord Ganesha, why is that you didn't protect me? Why were you dancing when I was drowning? You people, on the last day of your immersion, you bring in me, you dance and you immerse me in the water, and should I not also do that?" So the idea behind why I told this small humor is the immersion in water of Ganesha should be understood. That is the reason I brought about this aspect of immersion of Durga or any other god or goddesses in water. What is the idea in this immersion, making the image in a clay, worshipping it, and then immersing it in water? In some part of India, while Ganesha is taken for immersion, they sing a song that is in different vernacular. I will tell that and explain the meaning. That is more important. What is that? Ganesha Banda. Ganesha has come. Kai Kadbu Tinda. He ate the modaka. Kadbu means modaka and the sweet laddu. Then what they do? He fell in the small body of water. Chikkeril bidda. Then what about Dodd Keril edda? He arose in a very big body of water. What is the meaning of that? Why do we tell that? Now, earlier, Ganesha was formless Parabrahman. He took a form for our sake. And he came, he accepted our worship. We gave him so many sweets, we did all the worship, he accepted it. Because how can you worship formless thing or attributeless thing? You can't. So out of compassion, so that he can receive our worship and he can bless us and give us boons, he took a form of this. And then what did he do? After all the worship and blessing us, then he fell into the small pond of water and woke up in the big body of water. Means now he had taken a form, he was in this finite form to the formless, and he will become a personal God, accept our worship, then he will be gone back to the formless. You might have noticed, Master attended one of the Durga Puja. He attended so many Durga Pujas. One of the Durga Puja in the house of Mathurnath Vishwas. So every day it was a joyful event. The last day came, Vijay Dashami. So on that day, immersion will be there. The priests and everybody is making ready to the immersion. The mother will go away. By that time, Mathurnath's mood changed. He became very upset. He was very restless. He became very angry. Why? What? Today, mother will go away from my house. I will not. I'm not going to allow her to go away from my house. So he was in a very, very, restless, and he couldn't control himself. Then people were telling, no, we have to make the Visarjana immersion, we have to take her away. Dare, who can dare to take away my mother from me? I'm going to chop off his head. So he became so angry. Then they had to take recourse to master. Master was called. Then master came. What is the problem, Mathur? See, master, they want to take away my mother from me. Mother was receiving worship. She has given us a lot of wealth. I'm like a king now. I can worship her all through the year. Why should she go away? Then master told, why are you thinking so that she is going away from you? She's only going away from this form. After that, she will stay in your heart and receive your worship. Formless form, worship him. Then during the immersion, he will go back to the formless. Then we have to manifest him in our heart and worship him always. So that is the idea of the Visarjana making. They will make out of the clay and all the other things, and then they will immerse in water. That is the idea of immersion. So he came from formless, he will take a form, then he will go back to formless. Now another incident. What is that incident? In India during this Ganapati Puja or Deepavali, the potters will have a lot of work to do. They will make lamps and other things. During Ganapati Puja, they have to make images of Ganesha and Gauri and everything. So he made lot of images, beautiful images, gave beautiful organic colors, and now we have to take it to the market. How to take it? Put it upon the donkey. Gone up, its attitude came up, and it was something like, what do you call? I am the supreme person. Then they went to the market, and then it was unloaded. All Ganesha Vigrahas were unloaded, and then the potter set it free because it knows the way to go back to the house. So now it started going back. It was expecting that all the human beings will now again make pranams to me. Nobody is making pranam now. It moved. That person is coming. It went in front of him and stood there so that he will bow down to him. He's not at all caring. He ignored and went away. He went to the next person. Then it went to him and smiled. No, nobody. But now this time it wanted to get the pranam. So what did he do? Wherever that man went, it was going here and there. Then he got angry and nicely gave a beating to it and went away. Then after that it came to know that it was not for his ego or for the donkey the pranam was, it was for the God. So unless you have the Atman or God in your heart, you will be respected. Once the Lord, the Atman goes out, what do they call? Until then they will be calling you Ram, Sham, that and this and name and respecting you. Once the soul goes out, they will call, take that body out. Take it to the cremation ground. Body, they will call you. Then gone. No respect for you. So until you have the Lord manifested inside, until you have Ganesha in your heart or any Lord for that sake, then you are respected. Even to here also, we think that once we become some officials, that and this position and post, all are respecting me. I become the president and I'm respecting. No, the moment Ramakrishna has gone from my back, nobody will care for me. So until you keep the master in your heart, behind your back, then only you are respected. So we should know very well, whoever it might be. If we become egoistic, then we will get nice meetings. So all these things of Ganesha will teach us beautiful lesson. Now, after all this discussion, we should know the symbolization. Why Ganesha? See the form of the elephant head and all the other different features. All gods and goddesses, they have so many hands, so many different features. So as I told you many times, that they represent certain ideal. So what is that he is representing here? His body, Tanu, comprises of, what is that? Yagna, the sacrifice or the havan, an existence exclusively given to uplift the human beings. Remove all that obstructs growth and evolution and block the way for all. So he is just like sacrifice, the yagna. That's why he's called Vigneshwara, who removes all the obstacles. Then what about that? He likes red color, red flower. In Ganesh Atharva Shirsha, one of the Atharvana Veda, one of the rishis write about Ganesha, that is called, that mantras in that is called Ganesh Atharva Shirsha. In that, it is told Ganesha, about describing Ganesha, Rakta Chandana Charchitam. He is offered red color, just like the blood red sandalwood, then blood red flower, Rakta Chandana Charchitam, Rakta Pushpai Supujitam, Rakta Gandhanu Liptangam. So he is wearing red colored dress. Why? He lives with his mother in the Muladhara. The lowest chakra, Muladhara, with the Divine Mother as Kundalini, he lives with her there. So his place is Tvam Muladhare Stito Nityam. O Lord Ganesha, in this Atharva Shirsha it is told, you live in the Muladhara of every person. So you see, he has a human body and the elephant head. What that represent? The human body represent he is down to the earth with us in this world, as well as he is connected to the higher transcendental world, whereby he is a bridge between this world and that world. So if you catch hold of Ganesha, so in Kali Yuga they tell the most active and easily accessible gods are these two, Ganesha and Hanuman. Elephant head, the big, the Bhuma, the Bhima, the infinite, he is in the transcendental world. The human body is in this world too, easily accessible. In the Saturday talk, I told you, Sulabha, very easy to go to him, approach him. It's just like a small child. You know, in India, when they are bringing that image, everyone, they go with the family with bell and agarbatti and everything. They will carry him on the head or a basket, just like the mother of her child. So they will bring it from the market in such a way, in procession, ringing the bell, with welcoming him, as if they're taking the child to the house. They worship him, feed him. So that is the way they do the worship of Ganesha. Just Sulabha, easy to approach, just like a small boy, just like your son. He's just like your son. So in that way, he's easily approachable. That is the speciality. So that red color, what is that? The crimson red color indicates Yagna Agni, fire of sacrifice. Then on the two sides, with two lifted hands, indicates Riddhi and Siddhi. What is this Riddhi? Many people, especially in Maharashtra, they think he's two wives. No, he's a bachelor. They made him his two wife. Why is this? Because, see, in Maharashtra, they take him as the ideal. Now, if he's a brahmachari, see, then they too have to become brahmachari. They cannot become householders. They cannot marry. So forcibly, they will marry Ganesha with two wives so that we can marry at least one wife. That is the idea behind it. He is a bachelor. He is a nitya brahmachari. Why? Because when the mother told that I am present, Divine Mother Parvati told, when he, as a small child, I told you the story many times, when as a small child he found a she cat and playing with it, he hurt the cat. You know, very small children, they are innocent, not cruel. So pulling the tail, throwing it and hitting it, so the cat would hurt and somehow it ran away. But when he came back to the house, he saw there was the wound mark, the bruise and everything on the mother, person of Parvati's mother. Surprised, mother, how did you get this wound? Because Ganesha stands for another beautiful ideal other than this brahmacharya and knowledge and other things, is education, matru bhakti, pure love towards mother. Highest love towards mother. He is the highest person who loves the mother, the matru bhakti at the highest level. Unconditional love for the mother. So he stands for that ideal too. Ramakrishna used to tell, I follow that ideal. He had perfected that filial attitude all through my life. That's why I told Ramakrishna, Ganesha Swarupa Ramakrishna. Full toto, he had that ideal. All through his life, he followed this ideal. So Ganesha, now, when Mother Parvati, with so much of devotion, he saw that wound and everything on this thing, he started weeping as a small child. Mother, how did this happen to you? Then he told, who did this to you? My dear child, it is you who did it to me. How, mother? I love you so much. I respect you so much. How can I hurt you? Did you harm any creature today? Then I remembered, yes, mother, I got one she cat. So while playing with it by mistake or out of innocence, I just hurt it. No, my dear boy, from today, that in all the female beings, I, Mother Durga or Parvati, exist in all the, whether it is animal, whether it is birds, microbes, or human beings. In all the male beings, your father Shiva exists. He had so much of Shraddha in the he was so obedient to his mother, he kept it in his heart. That is Shraddha. See, putting the words, teaching of the Guru and the elders and the scriptures into action. That is Shraddha. Belief is just here from this year and give it away in another year. Ganesha had so much of intense Shraddha, he kept it in his heart and started practicing. When he came off to the age, the mother told when he was a youth, like everybody, you too should marry. He told, no mother, I'll be a bachelor, I'm not going to marry. Why is it? Ramakrishna is telling this story to Sharadanandaji, the direct disciple. Why are you not going to marry? Parvati asked. Then he told, mother, when I was a small child, what did you tell? That you, mother, exist in all the female beings. Now, how can I marry you? If I marry any female being, I'll be marrying you. So I'm seeing only my mother, the divine mother, Parvati, in all the female beings. See, highest gnana, highest knowledge, seeing the divine mother in all the living beings and father in all the male beings. See, wonderful ideals Ganesha is representing. So that Ganesha, that which we have to notice, Riddhi Siddhi means it is not that he has married 2 wives and just like physical the relationship and bachelorship, nothing like that. They are at the transcendental level. They are only his powers, that's all. Shakti, powers. So now Riddhi means Abhyudaya, progression. Siddhi means salvation, Nishresa. Then the effulgence of his bright face is an explicit expression of the supreme knowledge contained in the Vedas. So that bright face, you can see the bright face of Ganesha. And all religious scriptures of the world, it destroys the darkness of ignorance covering the soul, and therefore is called Shubhanana. The face itself is called, what is meant by Shubhanana? Auspicious faced one. Not only Gajanana, Shubhanana is called. Shubham is auspicious. The moment you see his face, you'll get all that beautiful knowledge. He stands for the Vedic knowledge and everything there. So it will remove the darkness of ignorance covering our soul. Now, his uncovered broad chest decorated with ornaments and sacred thread is a call for the living beings to cultivate love of God, of nature, and of the living beings. You know, he has a Yagnopavita, Janevu, or the sacred thread with 3 threads. If it is 3, then it is a Brahmachari. He is a bachelor. With a knot. What is that knot? It is Brahma. And be rooted in the absolute reality. He shows that. Then the large ears entreat of us living being to hear abundantly. Hear, talk less. Hear more. Talk less. Shut your mouth. Hear. Open your ears. Get all the good things from the world. So we have the negative connotation of Gandhiji's monkey. What is that? Don't hear the bad thing. Don't talk to this thing. Hear only good things. Big ears of Ganesha, you see. Wonderful. So many things he is representing us. So that large ears entreat us living beings to hear abundantly the fruitful facts. The big head implores living being to think, analyze, and discriminate between the right and the wrong, good and the bad. Take only the good thing. That is the idea. 2 small eyes demand awakening of inner vision of eternity by reducing outward vision of the ephemeral world so as to awaken the Turiya Drishti, transcendental vision of the supreme reality. Short hands indicate get less involved in external work or unnecessary work and perform good activities, karma yoga, just sufficient for living and serving others and to realize God. Short legs indicate not to run about aimlessly in this world. Walk carefully, but walk towards God, the supreme goal. Let spiritual journey be your walk. Don't run here and there behind the desires and earning money, that and this. Walk towards God. Then of the 2 tusks, the 2 tusks of the elephant is for attacking and defense, both offense and defense. The attacking tusk is our tendency to go out, is broken. So he has Ekadanta, 1 Danta. Danta means tusk. So of the 2 tusks, attacking and defense, the attacking tusk tendency is broken and one for defense alone is preserved. And the broken one too is kept in his hand. That means control your anger, control your tendency of attacking others, troubling others, that it may never rise up again in unguarded moment. So then he has a trunk, sound, represent the vital energy, the life, the prana, the principle, life principle. Fill yourself with lot of energy and filled with zeal, bubbling with life. The journey you will have to take up, having taken a human birth, is long, long way and is tedious. So in Ganesha, you can see, you can't see his mouth at all. You see, the tusk is covering. Very difficult to see his mouth. Trunk fully covers it. It is telling man to externalize, not to externalize your talking. Go on, buck, 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 buck in Hindi, they will tell. Always babbling and talking and talking and talking, chit chatting. The moment you get an opportunity, go on. Even in the shrine, I see some people. Here they come and go on talking and hugging and what not in the shrine too. Everywhere. At least coming to ashram, you can control yourself. So Ganesha is telling us, cut short all these things. Mouth, talking, chit-chatting, babbling, reduce it. Don't externalize your speech, but to internalize in constant japa. Yes, you have to move your mouth, but to take the name of God. Haath diya, Kabir Das tell, Bhagavan humko haath diya, not to do all the bad things, but to take the clapping the name of God while you're doing japa. Then he has given the mouth to take the name of the Lord, not to eat all the unnecessary dirty things and spoil your health and talk unnecessary things, but to think of God. So Ganesha's small mouth represents that. Don't externalize your walk and speech, but instead internalize into constant japa. Hear more, think more, keep your mouth shut. All problems, fights, wars and conflicts and misunderstanding begins from this talk. One woman went to the doctor and told, my husband is always fighting. He is a drunkard. He takes a lot of alcohol, comes and quarrels with me. They'll be fighting and I quarrel with him. Then she'll start beating. Somehow give some medicines to stop him drink. Then he could understand this woman is too talkative and she'll be quarrelsome. So what is the medicine to be given? It will see, I'm going to give you medicine. It will stop all his drinking and everything. But that medicine should be taken not by your husband, but by you. Is it okay? I know some mantras. I have sacred water bought from Kashi. So I have that. I will give you what is to be done. The moment you see husband coming inside drunk, what you do? You fill up your mouth with that sacred water, full. And then go and stand in front of your husband. See, he can't talk, he can't quarrel with you. He will go and sleep quietly and there will be no beating, no quarrel. Yes, she had so much faith, took the sacred water, went to the house, waiting for the husband to come. The moment husband came, she filled that sacred water into the mouth like Hanuman. He stood near. The husband came drunk, ready to be fight with the others thing, quarrel with the wife, seeing like Hanuman. He got laugh at her, smile at her. Then because of the water, she can't talk. So he smiled and went away and slept. No quarreling. She was so happy. No quarreling, no beating. She went to the doctor, paid the fees and told, doctor, you are such a great soul. You have given me such, no, I don't want extra money. I want only whatever my consultation fees, and went away. Another person was sitting. And he asked, how could you cure that? What medicine did you give? What was that sacred water? Nothing sacred water. It was just distilled water I gave her. The problem was with her mouth. It's always talking, babbling and fighting and quarreling. The moment she put water into the mouth, she can't quarrel, she can't talk. So, like Hanuman, he came, no quarrel, went silent insidely, no beating, nothing. So here Ganesha represent with his small mouth, shut your mouth, less, make more japa, hear more, think more, keep your mouth shut. All problems, fight, wars and conflicts and misunderstanding begin from this talk. Be aware, do not waste Vak Shakti, your speech, fritter away energy and kill your time. Have control on it. So, you have heard so many things are there to tell, but time is now very fast going away. So I will tell one story of Ganesha and then end my talk. What is that story? How does Ganesha bring obstacles? He is also Vignakaraka and Vigna Nivaraka. But you should be very, very careful. God will never punish you. God will never give you any difficulty. It's a wrong conception. The parents should not give that idea just to escape from the children. They will just put such wrong ideas into the mind of the children, and a fear is generated in God. It is our bad karma that we do, it punishes us. All the punishing, all the bad things, all the problems of our life comes due to our bad karma. God will never punish us. Then what is the place of God? When you are in difficulty, if you approach God, God will remove that problem. That's all. Never teach your children or yourself that God punishes you. Never God punish. Why should God punish? Why should Ganesha bring obstacle to you? What did I tell you in the beginning? He sees only his father, Shiva, in all the male beings, and his mother Parvati in all the female beings. Can he bring Vigna to you, seeing Shiva and Parvati in you? He only removes the obstacles when we are in problem. So, what happened now? How is he then? Why are we calling him as Vigna Nivaraka? When we become egoistic. Ravana become egoistic. He bought an obstacle so that the Atmalinga which he was carrying out of tapasya of Shiva to Sri Lanka, he stopped him, bought the obstacle there, so that many people will be benefited. So it goes to Lanka, then it would have been too difficult. So he bought an obstacle for the welfare of the world, that's all. To break our ego. What happened? Kubera. Amongst the god, the leader of the Gandharvas, one of the Devatas, demigods, Kubera, he is the god of wealth. No, he has lot of wealth. He gives even money and credit to other gods too. Kubera, he has lot of money. This Kubera was a lot of wealth, and he was very proud of his wealth and riches. And one day he organized a big feast and invited many popular gods and goddesses. He also went and invited Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva knew his true intentions of keeping the feast. He just wanted to show off his wealth. So he wanted to teach him a lesson. He told, okay, I'm not going to come, neither Parvati. You take my son, Ganesha, this child, and feed him. If you feed him, that means we are also happy. You take this small child. He told, oh, this small child, what will he eat little? He took Ganesha. So all thousands of gods and goddesses, 33 million gods, might have invited every gods and goddesses. So a lot of food and everything, offerings have been prepared. Now, first you have to give it to Ganesha, small child. Ganesha was taken. So they started feeding him, ate and ate and ate. He finished all the whole kitchen empty. All that cooked food is empty. Ganesha could eat everything. Then he told, I'm still hungry, give me more. Then they bought the uncooked food, rice, dal, that and this. He finished that also. I'm still hungry, give me something. He couldn't give anything, nothing was left. Then he started eating the vessels, the furnitures, everything. He got afraid. Kubera started running. He went to Shiva, fell at his feet. Oh Lord, please protect me. Then Lord Shiva gave a small, little water. Feed it to Ganesha and everything will be okay. So when he fed that, Ganesha told, yes, my hunger is appeased. Then that ego came down. So he brings Vigna. When we become egoistic, then he will bring such obstacles to show that don't be egoistic, that's all. See, in Mysore, I think I have finished my talk. In Mysore Vidyashala, there were some students. We give the teaching to them. What is that? To see God in all the human beings and serve them. Now, and punish the students, so you can punish them. At that time, this boy came and asked the Swamiji, Swamiji, the teachers are beating us and they are punishing us. You tell that you have to see God in all the human beings. Then how are they beating us? They should not beat, isn't it? You should see gods and goddesses in all the students. Why are they beating us, punishing us? And that Swamiji very nicely told, when the teachers were beating him, my dear child, they are not beating you, the God in you. They are beating the ghost, the demon in you. You have the demon of ego and all the pranks. So they are not beating the God in you. They are punishing the demon in you. So here, when the Vignas and other comes, it is the ego. Because of our ego and bad karmas, we get it. So what wonderful ideal and other things Ganesha represent. There are so many things to talk about. We should be blessed on this special day of the manifestation of Ganesha. We can't call birth. He has manifested on that. Is Parabrahma Swarupa. The formless has come, taken a form, so it's manifested. So on this day, we will pray, remove all the obstacles of all our, not only on this day, but all our life, and help us to move forward in our spiritual life. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Shri Ganesh Arpanamastu.